All right. Hello, everybody. I don't know why my mic was up so high. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. That should be better. Why did I put that? Okay. I have no idea why I did. That was all the way up, but it was. Now it's better. Hey, I'm DC. Welcome on in, everyone. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. You can find me all across the internet. DC Lasair. It's DC Lasair. Go to my website, dclasair.com. It's great. Click the things. Be fantastic if you did. And let's see what else. Today is Tech Friday. Let's see here. I have a Blue Sky post. I could use a few more likes on it. Just me listing my free TTRPG resources and then support me on Coffee. So if you can click that, hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. And we'll get to Tech Friday in just a moment, where we'll be talking about soundscapes. There is some other tech things I want to talk about before we get to that. So some tech things, then TTRPG, soundscapes, all in one bundle for your enjoyment. And welcome on in, Brian. Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. JD Lady, hello. Welcome on in. And it's thanks to Brian that we have today's topic, because they posted something in my Discord about a site, and I thought, wait, I can expand on this a bit. So we'll talk about all of that in just a few minutes. Hope everyone had a good week so far, or at least if it's your weekend, yay. And just double checking everything's working like I think it should. Oh yeah, mark your calendars for next year. I'm doing a charity stream on the weekend of my birthday. My birthday's on the Monday after this. But Saturday, March 28th, there'll be a charity stream right here on this very channel. So we'll be celebrating my birthday and supporting a charity at the same time. 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. So, just put the date down now that you have an appointment. I'm sure the email I sent out to the players about it has filled them with confidence about what will happen. It's sure to be a good time, as always. It is in the same food vein as I've done other ones, because I keep thinking of other food-related topics to make charity games for. So it'll be fun and funny. And then hopefully next year I'll be doing another smaller campaign that'll be streaming on a different channel. And that'll be far more serious than you're usually used to seeing me. So yeah, look for that announcement in the future. But definitely charity stream, March 28th. Be here. My birthday's on March 30th, so we're celebrating a couple days early and supporting charity. So, good times. All right. 1 second. Okay. So, time once again for Tech Friday. Welcome on in, everybody. We're going to start off with a couple updates from Meld. They have released a swap layout thingy and MP4 recording. So, yay! Go here and watch this. Yeah! Swinging on in. Check this out. So, can swap your layout, can change the location of your chat panel, can reverse your studio's view from your settings. If you need to do that, there's default where you want your chat to be on the left or right side. And you don't have to make a new layout. It's just a button press to do it. But the big thing for me is MP4 recording now supported, which is fantastic. Love that. They can choose it, MP4. Yeah. And there's all the other release announcements they had. All right, and so I will probably still do a try out Meld for a few weeks. I was going to do this earlier in the year, but I was playing a game via my PS5, and the capture card and Meld didn't talk to each other quite right. So that's a no-go, but now I'm playing a game on my PC, so we'll see how well that captures now that I'm not using my capture card to get the signal over. Also, Elgato posted an update for their Marketplace Connect, which I think I had already talked about. Maybe it was just an early version of it, but nonetheless. Add and share OBS setups in a few clips. So right now this is Windows only, but we talked about being able to bundle up scenes and send them to others, and now you can do that through the Connect. Or through the Elgato Connect space marketplace. You can even download whole scene collections from the Elgato marketplace. And you can, as it showed there, I'll get back to it in a second, but you can select what scenes you want to import from the collection. If you don't need all the scenes, you don't have to use them right here. So if you didn't want to be right back, you could just unclick those and they won't show up. So yeah, they had announced it before, but it must have been like a beta thing because they made a sort of an official announcement over on their Blue Sky. So just be aware of that. And Pebble. Pebble is making strides. They have a couple new watches out. You may remember Pebble Watch from before. They've released some new ones. And they are now, the software is now 100% open source, which is great to hear. just published the source code for the new Pebble mobile app. Have a Pebble App Store now. Supports multiple feeds. So if you have the idea is if there's already a Pebble store out there, they can just connect to this, and that store will be available through the Pebble App Store as well. They got a big long blog post about it that you can, go to the link. Oh, you probably all want the link, don't you? Probably be handy. Put the link in chat. There you go. And also, another thing to point out is the hardware, as you see here, is that the back cover of the Pebble Time 2 is screwed in. You can remove the back cover and replace the battery, which is awesome. They've published the electrical and mechanical design files for the Pebble 2 Duo, so you can find the schematic if you wanted to design your own Pebble OS device. So if you're interested in a Pebble watch, they are doing some excellent moves and kind of, future-proofing themselves a little bit. That's very cool. All right, let me click another link here. And let me copy this. We're going to switch topics as soon as I can. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm using Zen browser, and sometimes I'm still getting used to it. All right, so Obsidian posted on Blue Sky that you can now convert your Notion entries into Obsidian. And this is an official Obsidian plugin, so you have to go to the Obsidian community plugin and look for it. Import from Notion. I did this. It is very handy. I like it a lot. That is the note. And if you want to see what they talk about on Blue Sky, there you go. And there's a couple ways to do it. I did it via the API method that they describe here. Creating a Notion integration token. Then I pulled in everything. Now, they do know it's not perfect because it's not, like I had a bunch of complex Notion things. And so some of my stuff didn't import exactly how I had it all related, which is fine. I still have the note. I still have the content. It's just not in that same relational database, which I'm okay with. As you can see, API import is new. Some edge cases may not have been considered. I have some of those edge cases because I was doing a lot with Notion. But yeah, I have all my Notion notes now in a separate Obsidian vault. It didn't take very long at all. And I'm very excited about this because I'm going to be winding down my things I do on Notion and just not bothering to update those anymore. I want to cancel my Notion subscription and all that. And I was wondering how I could preserve some of that data because there were some things I wanted to save. And so I was able to just take it all, and now I have an Obsidian vault that's just all my old Notion stuff. So this came in very handy, and if you want to do the same thing, there's now a free tool in order to do it. And Goodbot. So yeah, I was very happy to see that. And now we'll get into TTRPG things. Before we get to the main topic, there were a couple other things I wanted to mention. First up, again, thanks to Brian for pointing this out. Oh, I didn't copy the video link. Shoot, I'll have to get that. There is something called the Oracle by a... I'm not sure the company name, but their website for it is bigdice.energy, which is fantastic. I also found out that there are podcasts by that name. So, just be aware that that name has been used for other things. But if you go to that website, you'll find the Oracle page. And Oracle is a product for your TTRPG home games. That's this thing. What's it do? Well, they don't really spell it out all that well. You can pre-order it. I can click the pre-order button. It says coming soon. Notify me. Can click about. Use your dice anywhere. Simple idea that inspired the Oracle. Customize. Build your own applications with the API. VTT compatible. And so what it looked like it did was you roll dice into this little tray here. It will somehow read what you rolled and then display that on the VTT. I'm not sure how it reads the die exactly, because depending on how the die is made, is the 15 and 7 always going to be there in those positions? So if it read it from the bottom, I rolled a 7, and this is the reader plate. What's on the other side of that 7? Don't know. But yeah, the video explained a little bit more, or at least showed a little bit more of what is possible with it. And let me get that real quick. Again, thanks to Urban Bohemian for finding this. Here's their YouTube video. All right, there's that. And a couple things about this. That it's a cool idea. You get to use your own dice. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get Windows up. So, you saw it while it packs you, and it's interesting. A rolling tray that I guess uses reverse logic to know what numbers are facing up. Awesome. So, the neat thing is, you get to use your own dice because we all collect math rocks. I know I have a collection of math rocks, so if I had character-specific math rocks, I could use this and still interact with a VTT. It was a good idea. If you use digital dice all the time, probably don't need this so much. But, it'll be cool. I'm not sure the company's name that's making this exactly, because we have, the Oracle. We have the website bigdice.energy, And then their YouTube is yet another name. That YouTube video is on yet another name. So I don't know the company that's actually making this, which name to go with. Let's see. It might be under the Gizmo and Trinket brand, according to this logo here, if it's anything to go by. But as you can see, I can click the main logo and it doesn't really tell me anything about them. So yeah, this page could use a little more explaining bits and who it is, but it's nice that they do have a contact. Until that video was, until Brian dug up that video, I was going to contact them. I'm like, so does this do what I think it does? Because it doesn't really say that. It just says use your dice, and I'm extrapolating that that's what happens. So yeah, and a little more marketing of who they are as a company would be great on the webpage. But it's a neat idea. And it was well worth taking the time to share. So check it out. Follow the development. We'll talk about it when it comes out, and what people are saying about it, things like that. Also, if anyone has a way to get a review unit, I'd be all for that. All right. And then before we get to our main topic, one more TTRPG related thing is that Mongoose Publishing announced on Blue Sky that the Traveler, our sci-fi RPG, is going to have a 5e compatible edition. It'll start crowdfunding in March 2026. There's that announcement. There's a bunch of people going, but why? Why make a 5e edition? And I don't think you understand your product and all this. And it's like, no, people will like a 5e edition. I want a 5e edition. Makes it easier for me to get into the lore of it. And so you have a bunch of people complaining about, but why? And no one's taking away the original system. That's just an addition to. So, yay. I really don't know why this caused so much upset. But a lot of people seem upset by it. I am not. I think it's great. The more ways to play a game, the better. So good job, Mongoose Publishing. Very excited to see that. All right. So our main topic today, TTRPG Soundscape apps. Yay. I did a bit of a deep dive in these. And the first one up is the one Brian brought up, which is Pocket Bard. And I had realized I had a subscription to Pocket Bard for quite a while. I kind of forgot I did and haven't been using it. So, before we let me read this. Feel like they tried to do this before with that system. Yes, there was they tried to do a D20 version of the system before. All right. So we're going to talk about soundscapes. And I previewed all the audio. Some I've used personally. The sound they provide, all of them, is fantastic. I don't have any complaints about the quality of the sound you're getting, right? It just comes down to the pricing and the features and what's right for you. So I picked 4, and we're going to go over them. First up is Pocket Bard, which, if you want an easy way to add audio to your TTRPG session, this is by far it's a good combo of power and simplicity. And none of these are using AI in anything they do. Oops, that's the wrong link. Sorry. That's the old one. Copy that. Please paste. There we go. Pocketbar.app. You can get it on the App Store and Google Play. I have it running on my MacBook Air. They say there's a Windows version in open beta. I joined their Discord. I was unable to find the link to it, but apparently that's out there. And yeah, this is definitely the good combination. If you don't want to mess with a lot of things, you just want to get good audio out there for your players and even your streaming games. They say that you can use it for streaming. That's just fine. So if you want to get good audio out there, this is it. They do have a free tier. So as soon as you download it, there is something called a Fantasy Essential Scenes. And we can take a look at their website. So with the free app, you get access to all these. You can preview what they sound like here. I don't have the audio for this piping through anyway, or through any of my audio channels, so you can go and listen to them on your own. But yeah, free Fantasy Essentials. So you get mountains, ancient grove, forest, city. 17 scenes, yours for life. And then if you do the open world subscription, you get access to seafaring, sci-fi, cyberpunk, desert, horror, Feywild. And there's the pricing, $6.99 monthly or $50 per year. Honestly, if you can go for the yearly, you should, because the yearly saves you like $30-some compared to paying for it each month. Again, small team of folks. Prep less, play more. It's real easy. Like if you just want some seagulls ambience, well, the setting sail thing comes with it. Get to control the intensity. If you want kind of a combat sound with it, or a victory. And how loud do you want what seagulls do you want? 1, 2, or 3? And that's it. Really easy to use. Really great sound. They have a pretty active community in their Discord, which I appreciate. And they also have a merch store if you want to support them that way too. And they have an FAQ at the bottom of the page. And then here's their anti-AI. All of their music is written by our team of composers. So I've used Pocket Bard. Think it's pretty cool what they do. And if anyone knows how to get a hold of that Windows open beta, send me a link. I'd like to try it out. And next up on the list was one I had a little trouble finding stuff about after I saw the initial thing. It's called Fantasy Plus by Monument monumentstudios.net. And first I went to monumentstudios.net, which is the link I'm putting in, and they have a thing to their Fantasy Plus icons. Where are they? Right there. So, up here in the corner, Fantasy Plus, this is really what they're pushing. Unlimited music, ambience, and more. Stream in 30 seconds, just $4.99 a month. And as you can see, you have various things. Now this, you can set different atmospheres, desktop ready, install for Mac, install for Windows. And this seems to be more complex than other things. You can share your live creations in seconds. There's another sound app that does this. So if you're doing it over Discord, you can say, hey, if you want to hear the music, here's the link. And that way, people with audio issues or people who get too distracted by the sound or just don't want to hear the music, they don't have to. So native Discord support, and you can listen to them. Again, these sound really good. No complaints about the audio quality on any of these I'm talking about today. So yeah, they want Fantasy Plus. It took me going to their Facebook group to find current information about Monument Studios, and that, they really are pushing the Fantasy Plus branding more than anything else. And if you go to their shop, however, they have individual sound packs that you can download. So a DM starter kit, $30 right now. As you can see, they have Fantasy Complete 4, $150. But what you get is 6 gigabytes worth of music, 60 musical stores, 75 sound effects, 20 ambiences, add to your cart. And if you don't want to pay monthly for the thing, you can just get one of these starter kits or any other kit that you like, download it, and use it as you want to. But their main thing seems to be the pushing of Fantasy Plus. And it does look like it's more powerful than Pocket Bard. And again, that gives it more complexity. So if this is the feature set you want, definitely check it out. And next up, we have Describe. Right here at describe.com. They have a Black Friday sale going on. And Describe is a bunch of services wrapped up into a couple of different options. So, here's their whole thing. Now they have scenes. Again, none of this, no AI was used in any of this. They have a team of writers. They have a team of musicians for all these. So, if you want some scenes, like you need some dialogue, click that. And short scripts of Cutting Jest, Fond Farewells, Pointless Banner. They have 950 of them. They have some free, some paid. We'll get to what their pricing is in a minute. But I want to do a tribute to the Ghost Ship. Click that. And here's a whole paragraph. That's a tribute to the Ghost Ship. And you can see it's well tagged. It gives the author's name here, down below. And that's a pretty cool setup. Maps, same thing. They have some free ones. You can view all of them. Explore their music. thing is called Opus. And so they offer a free trial. Over 700 or over 7,200 music, sound effects, ambience tracks. AI free. And then players can also join in the fun. So if you want apparently if you want your players to play some sounds during the game, well, they can. And pricing, if you just want the Opus stuff, then you want the Composer tier, $4.72 per month right now, just for your first year. That's Black Friday, so you'll be paying that, $4.72 times 12, because we're on the annual price right now. Go to monthly, not getting a deal, but it's $11 a month. So if you just want the music, you can do that. And then after your first year, it's going to be $8.29 per month. And then if you just want the text, maps, and sound effects, you can do the Hero tier for right now $3.69 per month or $6.49 per month. Again, times 12 after your first year. If you want everything, well, eventually that will be $14.49 per month. But that's an awful lot of features, right? You're paying for like 4 different things that they make. If you get the Celestial, so you'd get Opus, you'd get access to the scenes, all these different things for scenes. You want some items, maps as well. Or if you just want to use the free stuff, go to the website, check it out. So if these are the features you need, by all means, check it out. It is very, very feature rich. Here's a look at the Opus design. Clean and simple. Select a tag. Travel doesn't look that complicated to use. There's some dials down there. Doesn't look like as much control as you would get through the Fantasy Plus thing, but still a lot of options. Ton of options. It's great. I like that they offer different price points depending on your needs. That's very nice. And finally, we get to the one I've used the most, and I had a subscription to for a while as well, which is Soundscape. And there's even a small sample of my voice in one of the Waterdeep things, because they were at Gen Con before Waterdeep released. And plus, why would they name their product Plus? Plus. Ignores graphics and focus on letters. Amazing. Hey, Nick, welcome on in. So, Soundscape. Soundscape.com. My voice. There's a small sampling of my voice in the Waterdeep ones. They were at Gen Con one year. They took a whole bunch of people's samples, and then they emailed me and said, "Hey, we're using your thing in our Waterdeep sample pack. So if you go into Waterdeep and go to like the Villagers' Voices toggle, there's a bunch of lines that people recorded in a sound booth at Gen Con, that the year they did this, and one of them is me screaming pies for sale. So if you get the Waterdeep package, just know you might have to click that button a lot to cycle to me saying pies for sale, but I'm there. I have used it in multiple productions before, so just throwing all that out there. They also, recently, a couple of days ago, the guy who runs it, Ben, who is a pretty cool person, I've interacted with Ben before, they did put up an anti-AI policy. So that there talks about how they will not use AI and do not want to use AI in their product. I like that they have a specific policy now, just right there up front about it. Now, Sirenscape gives you a bunch of options, and Sirenscape is also a lot. They give you a lot of control over sounds. If you want the most control over your audio, over the sounds coming through, check out Sirenscape. There is an amazing amount of options, and it can be a little overwhelming. But there are tons of volume sliders, tons of options. You can put different elements together, forming your own tracks, saving those, inviting your players to hear it, all of that. So on one end, we have Pocket Bard, which some sliders, some sounds, you just tap what you need. Super simple, great sounds. Sirenscape, great sounds. And if you want more control, like if you want the other end of the spectrum, if you want to do more things with your sound, by all means, check out Sirenscape. Now, as you can see, they have a Black Friday sale going on. And again, what I like, they are one of the few that offers separate sound packs. So if you don't want to be a Super Siren subscriber, which is usually $12.99 per month, making it one of the more expensive choices on our list, you can either subscribe to, just say you want the Dungeons and Dragons packs, $8.50 per month, and you get all the new Dungeons and Dragons packs as they come out. Same for Pathfinder, or if you want sci-fi, they even give you a server and storage subscription. Or you can buy the individual things themselves. So, say Tomb of Annihilation is what you're going to be running, and you want the big mega pack of sounds. You can buy this, $120 for a mega pack of sound. And then that's what you have access to. So you can also kind of piecemeal Summit. You know, they have separate adventures out. If you just want this Aboleth Battle sound pack, $5.50. You can download the player. There's a web player, and there are players you can download. The web player is where things get really, really complex. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was fantastic. I used it on multiple productions. It was really, really good, but it does take a while to organize your sound. Again, they have this Black Friday sale going on. Can save 25% off a Super Siren subscription. So instead of $12.99 per month, you can get $9.74 per month for 1 year. So yeah, and they have a fantasy player app or a sci-fi player app you can download, and their web player in the browser or an online player app. These are these are where a lot of the Soundscape power is. And again, this is the one out of all the ones I've listed, this is the one I've most used. They all say that you can use them for all the ones that we've talked about. They all say you can use them for streaming, and they have royalty and royalty free, all that stuff. Definitely double check all these if you are going to use any of these for streaming. Check it out. If there's any sound apps I missed, let me know. Talk about them in the stream. Today, let me see if I can find the pack that I'm in real quick, just so I can get you a link. Let's see here. Dragon Heist. Okay, so they have a mega pack. Oh, they have, okay, this is different. They have a mega pack for $100, or they have a, oh, I see, they divide up into chapters. So $20 for chapters 1 to 3, and $20 for a chapter 4 sound pack. I should be in the, so yeah, I should be in this sound pack here. If you want a chance of hearing me say pie for sale, there you go. I don't remember the name of the option that specifically is. It's something like villagers or something like that. And again, it's just a bunch of people that they went in a booth at Gen Con and they're like, we like these lines. We'll put these in. And since it's constantly pulling a random line up, it may take a while to actually hear pies for sale. I mean, you may be at it for like a minute. So don't expect to get my line right away if you do decide to listen to it. But if anyone ever uses it, yeah, that's me in there. So yeah, again, I've used on our two ends of our spectrum, I've used Pocket Bard a little bit for my home game, and then I realized I still had a subscription to it, which I probably have to cancel because I need to get rid of more monthly subscriptions. Just can't afford them anymore. So yeah, probably get. But Pocket Bard, very good. Again, very easy to use. If you want the no fuss, no muss, Pocket Bard is definitely the choice out of everything we've gone through. And then, as far as I can tell, Sirenscape gives you just the most options of being able to manipulate your sound and making different soundscapes that you can save and play for your players or have them listen to over online. And I listened to samples from all of them. Again, no complaints about the sound quality on anything. They all do a fantastic job with the audio. It just comes down to the features you're looking for. So if any of those sound good, let me know. Or if you have another preference that you use for your audio for your games, or you've heard of something else, well, we can talk about that too. Yeah, so, and like I said, Sirenscape, they do have their own forums. and fairly responsive in them. That's where most of the activity is for Soundscape. For Pocket Bard, it's definitely their Discord. I'm not sure about the other ones. Monument Studios seem to be their Facebook page, and it would be nice if they updated a little more regularly. Describe, I didn't really look into where they're posting a lot. But yeah, so if you're looking to give feedback, definitely Pocket Bard or Sirenscape. You'll probably have some acknowledgement of being listened to. And that could be true for the other two as well, but as far as just looking at posts that come out of official accounts and things. Oh, I should say Monument Studios does have an Instagram where they're a little bit more active too. But you know, Pocket Bard having the live chat, it just kind of feels a little better sometimes. To be able to have that a place to express those and talk to other people that use the thing, and that real-time interaction kind of helps sell the product sometimes. All right, it is definitely break time. So when we come back, I have a couple other odds and ends to talk about, but that's the end for Tech Friday this week. So when we come back, it will be open season. If you're watching this, the edited version, I hope you have a nice week and come back next week for another Tech Friday. It'll be great. If you're here watching live, stay tuned because there's more. It'll be our relaxed time and chill and talk about whatever you want. As I ramble through other things that caught my eye. And any soundscapes you want to talk about, put them all in chat. And any tech news, put that in chat too. All right, be right back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to run some ads, keep the pre-rolls away, and see you all soon. All right, welcome back, everybody. How y'all doing? Yes, kitty. Oh, we might have kitty time. Come here. Come here. All right. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Huh? All right. Yeah. People want to see you. Ow. Not in my belly. Don't claw my belly. Thank you. This is Hannah. This is my kitty. She's putting up with me right now. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. What's going on, kitty? Hey, Nick says hi. Yeah. Yeah, Nick says hi. Oh, you flopped over. Okay. It's kitty time for a little bit. Hi. Yes. Hi. Okay. She wants all the pets. So I'm giving her the pets. Talk amongst yourselves. Or something. I don't know. Yes. Oh, yes. Hi. Oh, dear. What are you making noises about? Hmm? Okay. I should. I have. There's people. They're out there. Yeah. I should talk to them. Yeah. Yeah. Good kitty, huh? Oh. Okay. There you go. Oh, yes. Okay. I will keep the petting. Keep the pettings. I really need a Hannah like a overhead camera. I can. I don't know how I would place it or where I would place it though. I would just sort of get this part of the floor where Hannah comes in at. There's really not a convenient place for it. I need a hover camera. That's what I need. Someone invent a hover camera so I can just have it floating here. Oh, okay. Bye, kitty. She's done with me now. He has to go investigate some other noise she heard. The great protector kitty, finder of bugs, noise investigator. You've been trained well, DC. Indeed. All right. So, our odds and ends, there were a couple other things I want to mention. Oh, yeah. Since it's Black Friday, there are a ton of Black Friday deals going on. Hero Forge, Chaosium has their Their collector edition books all on sale. For itch, if you get stuff off itch.io, today any purchases you make all go to the creator. Itch doesn't take a cut of it. Demiplane, Elgato has a bunch of sales. Rode has sales, so save yourself some money or go support indie creators. If you can support indie creators first, put that up there. But if there's something you need and you can get a few bucks off of it, you know, if you can, yeah, great. Yeah, if you can find a deal, go for it. There was a deal. I found it just before it was over last night, so I couldn't really post about it because it was a tremendous deal from the people who make the Story Engine deck. Discounts appear automatically. They're having... You can get their whole PDF bundle for... Now, their shop doesn't show all the deals. That's when you go to checkout, you'll see how much off you get. But last night, they were having a pre-Black Friday sale, so things might be a little more expensive now, but you could get the PDF version of all their decks for, I think it was like $50, something like that. And they may not be offering that deal. Oh, yep, you can still get it. Let's see how much off it is. Plus, they have if you want the physical products, they have those on sales right now. But yeah, it looks like you can get close to the same deal. Nope. Yeah, all their... So you can, if you want the Storyteller Engine decks, I have their main physical deck. But they have great deal on their PDFs if you find it useful, and then you just print them out and cut the cards yourselves. So they have a pretty good deal on what they're doing. Plus their physical things are, you know, like 15% off. So yeah, if you ever wanted any of these, probably a good time to strike on those. Hero Forge, if you like the Hero Forge, they're having a big sale. And things as well. And if you do have any independent creators that you think deserve a look at today and over the weekend and every day, put them in chat or let me know so I can put their link. Send me a whisper so I can put their links in chat. Let's see. All right, first thing I wanted to mention was this article. I had mentioned this the other day that Windows Notepad now lets you put in very simple tables. And people are like, I don't want all this extra stuff in Notepad. Well, you can turn it off and not use it. And Notepad still, your Notepad in Windows 11 still comes up right away, even with extra stuff. And you know, especially because Notepad now uses Markdown. If you don't want to use Markdown, you can shut that off too. It's very easy to do. You can turn off the Copilot stuff in Notepad. You can keep Notepad as easy as you want. You won't really notice a performance hit. Here's an article about the upcoming tables that you can include. They did a test. They're like, yeah, it just came right up. So these extra features are nice. I again, especially like the Markdown stuff because I write everything in Markdown now. So that support in Notepad is just spectacular. And now that I can put in tables too, you know, Markdown tables or make little other tables. To me, it just makes Notepad more interesting. And if I still want the basic Notepad that's been around for years, I can have that. And, you know, with I don't have the tables feature yet, but with the Markdown stuff, Notepad still comes up really quick. I don't even notice. Blink and it's up, you know. And if you want to shut that stuff off, you can. Again, I saw a lot of people yelling about it, and it's just like, have you used it? Does it really add bloat? It doesn't. They're just really nice features. It's one of the few things where extra features actually make it a little better and doesn't add to the complexity of the software very much. Notepad still functions as Notepad, and so yeah, it's amazing that in 2025 I'm saying one of the best features of Windows 11 is Notepad, but it is. For all the problems you may have with Windows 11, Notepad is pretty cool. There's other problems with Windows 11. I get it. And as I said before, for what I use Windows 11 for, things work. I can't really complain about it. I don't like the agentic OS idea coming in. But apparently, you can... I wish I could find where it said that. But apparently, if you listen to the person's speech who was talking about this at Microsoft, you can turn off or not use all this AI. Now, is that as great as just not having it? No, but if you make it so I don't have to use it still, and you give me the options, it sounds like it will all be opt-off. It'll all be opt-in. So you actually have to go and physically turn it on to use. So if that's true, that's great. I would rather not have it at all, but there it is, and people are really speaking up on there's a lot of pushback on the agentic system idea that they have. So, and they released a statement that they're listening. Well, okay, show us you're listening. Yeah, it's unfashionable to like Windows, so I keep quiet, but I have no problems with 11. The AI has so far stayed out of my way. Yeah, same. And, you know, I am looking at ways to, you know, get out of the, you know, not use Office 365 and the OneDrive and all the Google Drive systems. And so I've got a couple of apps to do that I can slowly migrate from. But right now, I'm not too worried about it. You know, and I think it's healthy to explore all your options. on occasion. But there's nothing really like I said before, the only real big annoyance I have with Windows 11 is that my audio settings will change on a whim, it seems like. So, and I mean, even OBS, sometimes my audio settings just change. So let's see here. Let's get this link up. Apparently, speaking of sort of Office and, like Google Docs and things like that, there is something I hadn't heard of before called Collabora Online, which is sort of an offshoot of LibreOffice. And they updated with a new suite of Office applications. They're kind of playing catch up with Google Docs. And how easy it is to use all the things in the Google Workspace thing. Doesn't have quite it may not have a couple of the features, but that you use, I think for the most part, wouldn't be a bad alternative. So there's the article I read, and that does a good breakdown of what it has and what it doesn't. So check that out. And what else do we have? Oh, this another alternative browser. It's open source Chromium browser. So they stripped out all the Google stuff in Chromium, and it's called Helium. Here's the article on it to read about it. And the title of the article is, I finally found the open source Chrome alternative Brave promised to be. Brave seemed to be a promising browser. I stopped using it. Like when I show you articles here, I'm using Zen browser now to show you all that stuff. I still use Chrome for everything because everything just sort of works. But when I'm showing you articles and things for Tech Friday, that's all in the Zen browser. And Brave seemed like a good alternative, but apparently, I'm glad I stopped using it because Brave has a lot of AI and crypto integrations, and you gotta turn off half the stuff just to make it usable, according to this article. So there's again, it's a good breakdown on Helium, what it does, how it compares. And there's a link to the website. And I usually like giving you a news story because sometimes the news story will tell you more than the actual product page does. And so I just found this today, so I haven't had a chance to actually download and try Helium. But being based on Chromium is nice because that way you can still use your Chrome extensions and things like that. Or ideally, you have more of a chance of being able to use your Chrome extensions, things like that. But and it has a built-in ad blocker too. So yeah, it does lack some things. So some stuff may not work, like it doesn't support DRM, so whether something like Netflix will work without having some sort of DRM manager in the browser. Don't know. You know, so there are some stuff it's missing that you may rely on. So just check out the article. It goes over what's there and what isn't. But yeah, that's called helium. And then oh yeah, here's something on this for all you audiophiles out there. Uh, this article was titled "Vinyl Measurements Reveal How the Format Itself Artificially Inflates Dynamic Range Numbers by Up to 70%." And if you want to know what all that means, this article sort of explains what's going on, and they give you reasons why, things like that. So if you want to know more about vinyl and what you're getting into when you purchase a vinyl record in 2025, take a look at that. Right, and the opening paragraph: when members of Audio Science Review began measuring vinyl's noise floor, they expected to confirm what engineers already knew. Quality pressings deliver 55 to 70 decibels of usable dynamic range, not the 80 to 120 decibels sometimes advertised. And that's just how vinyl works. And then they did another thing with the dynamic range, and that's what the article is about. So if you want insights into all that, how that works, there's an article for you. I'm not an audio engineer, so I'm not even going to pretend I understand everything going on in that article. But if you want to read about it, there you go. All right. Oh, I just got this email today. If you backed Draw Steel by MCDM, there is there are updated PDFs available. So check your inbox. I'll have a link to those. There's been some errata, and they put that errata is now added into the PDFs. Gotta go help my mom. Hope the rest of the stream is great. Thanks, Nick. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good day and a great weekend. Let's see. So yeah, if you back the Draw Steel, go check your email for the update. You'll have a link to it. And I'm just seeing anything else. Yeah, look at next page here. Did I? All right, did I talk about this before? Sorry, I'm reading an article I sent myself because I send myself articles that I find and like, oh, I need to see this and make sure. That there's nothing here. Okay. So here is how to turn a markdown file into a website. Hey, Tanya, thank you for the resub. Really appreciate that. 38 months. Wow. A button, indeed. So if you want to turn a markdown file into a website, here's an article on How to Geek giving you options. How to do just that. Thanks for coming in. Hope PAX-U was good for you. Let's see. All right, I think that's everything. So, yeah, now is really the relax our weekend time, and we talk about whatever, and I look at articles on websites and things. So, turn on some music, turn down the music. All right. Oh, Ars Technica. We were just talking about some vinyl stuff, and a few months back, I had mentioned pocket-size vinyl. And so Ars Technica now has a review of that up. And, you know, they say mixed results, so I don't know what that means, but we'll, I'll probably read this when I have a chance. But if you want to read it as well, there it is. Okay, there's an article I'm not reading because it's gross anatomy stuff that I don't need to know about. Right. Yep, nope. Skipping that article entirely. Hey, this might be good. Landlord's go-to tool to set rent prices to be gutted under real page settlement. So this has been since earlier in the year, maybe even this. I think this started last year, and now we finally have a proposed settlement that will, quote, help restore free market competition in rental markets for millions of American renters. So yeah, check out that article. Oh yeah, this and the usual Ars Technica. We have a good explanation, a little more in depth than usual. So yeah, definitely check that out. All right, let's see what else we can find. Again, it is free for all day time, so anything you want to talk about, just make it relate to tech or TTRPGs and or anything I've mentioned beforehand. That'd be fantastic. Or if you want to talk about stationary things, because I like pens and notepads. And you know, Wednesday I did a whole demo with my little photo printer that I got. Okay, Engadget just has here's a bunch of Black Friday deals in various categories. Alright. And let's see what this site has. Alright, just a bunch of Black Friday deals. Okay. Well, let's get into TTRPG news things then. Oh yeah, we talked about Tolkien's writing desk being at Christie's, on auction at Christie's. You know, if you have a spare 50 to 80,000 euros lying around, and I mean, who doesn't, right? It is a cool looking desk, though. I do like the design of the desk. I'm sure you can get one or something like it not used by Tolkien for significantly less. But if you miss that, there's that article. Let's see. Security bundles. Let's see. But when was this published? Oh, some of these might be over. Okay. Never mind then. Trying to find stuff. It was mostly a low news week, so don't expect a ton of new stuff to pop up. Oh, interesting. This is going to be of interest. As I say, it's interesting. The people, after Lorwyn eclipsed, Wizards of the Coast is ending its Buy a Box promotional program for Magic the Gathering, which will be released in January. And Lorwyn Eclipse will be the final set to provide Buy a Box promos. It provided promo cards to WPN retailers to support booster box sales during launches. And then, you know, there's a thing how they're going to still offer strong in-store support in other ways, but Can read all about that here. Seems to mainly affect retailers. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Here is a service based on the EU, actually, to help you find... No, let me... I don't want to... I just want to click on the thing. Anyway, the service to help you find groups called Group... to play TTRPGs with, called Group Finder. It's apparently from out of Estonia. And yeah, if you're looking for a group, you take a look, see if it's for you. Yeah, let's see what we have here. Okay, not seeing much there. Again, Black Friday sales all over the place. Free League has some. Modifius, WizKids. Again, it's itch.io's Creator Day. So if you get anything off itch, all proceeds are going to the creator. Drive-thru is having sales. Yeah, just everywhere. And again, if you can support a small creator, or a independent creator, do the thing. All right, and see if I can find a couple other links here real quick. Speaking of independent creators that we know, there's Zero. and subscribe to the Patreon there. And let's see. Who else is on my list? Cipher of Tear as a Patreon. And I'm trying to find another shop. Here, Tony Troxwell has a shop. And if you would like to support me, hey, I make free TTRPG resources. And you can go to my Ko-Fi, and you can find all the details in a handy Blue Sky post. So there's the Blue Sky post. If you want my free TTRPG resources. I think I just made a command, didn't I? Did I? Yeah, go there. And if you want to support these, you can go to my Ko-Fi. I have a Patreon as well. But yeah, if you haven't yet liked that Blue Sky post, if you could, that'd be fantastic. Let's see here. And anything else anyone wants to mention, now is the time. If you have any questions for me as well about producing TTRPG actual plays or any of the tech stuff I've talked about, feel free to put that in chat. We have a little bit of time left, so I can cover a couple of questions. We're going to be having a snowstorm here this weekend. So luckily with some Thanksgiving leftovers, and I went to the grocery store earlier, so I should be sad if I'm stuck home for a couple days. Oh, while I'm at it, while I'm plugging myself, I also have a Throne wish list. Right there. And let's see who is on. more. Who's on? Okay, let's see. All right, we're going to go right into Smolecule, doing some fundraising for Native American Land Conservancy, and playing one of my favorite games, Hades 2. Yeah, we'll go over there. Thank you all for joining me. Really appreciate it. Again, if you want to reach out to me, do it on Blue Sky, or if you go to my website, or my typing things. You go to my website, there's an email button. Hit it. It'll send me a message. It'll be great. We can talk. And remember to reserve on your calendars March 28th. That's a Saturday. Pretty sure it's the 28th, right? Yes, March 28th, Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, for a charity stream. That'll be also my birthday celebration, so come on by. You already have a date for next year. Just put in your calendars now. March 28th, 2026, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. There's time zone converters if you're not in one of those time zones. Come on by. It'll be fun and chaotic, I'm sure. All right, let's go right over into Smolecule. I hope you have I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you so much for being here, your support, and being here, lurking, saying hi, liking the posts. Just liking the posts and everything is such a help. Tremendous. Thank you so much for being here over the past year and all the support you've given me. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that is all. I will have, when I have more details to share as it gets closer to the charity stream, I'll share details on it. I'll look forward to that. I'll also be doing a 6-episode TTRPG on another channel, and it won't be D&D, and it'll be darker, a little more serious than what I normally do. Or what you've seen from charity streams. I shouldn't say what I normally do, because my players at my home game kind of experience some of what I've done before. And if you've seen any of my previous actual play series that I've done, you'll get more of the vibe I'm going for. All right. So that will be all for today. Again, please be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Stay tuned for the raid. And thank you for being here. See you all on Monday when we're back with more video games. Probably Moonlighter 2, because I'm really liking Moonlighter 2. And have a great weekend. Stay tuned for the raid. Bye.